I'm going to try to do something, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to be successful, but I'm going to try to convince you about something that is happening right now. This really short opportunity that we have at this very moment that is not going to last long. And I don't know exactly what words to use to help you realize how lucky you are right now to be in this situation and how soon we are going to lose this opportunity. Me and you are in a very, very opportune situation. It seems like the stars have been aligned for us to be given a chance to take a swing at this once in a lifetime opportunity. And and I just need to figure out exactly how to say it so I can convince you. I know there's not that many people here, but I've just discovered, I've tested this, I've studied this, I've tried this, I put this into work. I've also used AI to verify everything, and I've studied other people doing this, and this is how this is how to do it. Given the situation that we are right now, with the level that AI is at right now, and the growth of the creator economy and the way that it seems to be going, we are in a very short amount of time right now to take advantage of this golden opportunity, because as AI becomes more advanced, we will be losing this opportunity because it become too easy. Right now, we're at the Goldilocks zone. We are right at the place where AI has become advanced enough for it to show you exactly what you need to do and how to use it to sell exactly what I'm going to be telling you that you need to sell. But also, AI is not advanced enough for it to be so easy that everybody will see the writing on the wall and be jumping on the bandwagon. This is why you can't miss this opportunity. Guys, there is a explosion of wealth creation that is going to be coming our way very soon, and it it's not going to take much understanding for you to realize what you need to do to be able to take a slice of this. You don't need to have a huge audience. I'm telling you, I am doing this right now with zero audiences. I'm using AI to create systems for people who refuse to use AI themselves because they're like tech phobic or something. And I am solving their problems in a way that they could not ever imagine, and they are willing to pay so much for it if you just find the right people and solve this for them. The thing is that a very soon you need to do this now because it's actually easy to understand. It's hard to do because it takes a lot of work, but it's easy to understand what you need to do, and you don't need any expertise. You just need to follow the steps that I'm going to be showing in this channel. Guys, the, even without AI and without the creator economy, first of all, please understand that there are two things happening at the same time: the AI economy and the creator economy. And what we are suggesting here on this channel is that you need to basically be in the center of both of them, and you need to basically take out a slice of both the consulting industry and the SaaS industry at the same time using AI. I'll explain all of this to you guys, but let me go a step back, because I need to choose my words carefully, because if I don't convince you, I have failed you, because there is so much here to make, and I know it, and I've seen it, And I just want you to also see it so that you could take advantage of the situation. Because if I don't convince you 10 years from now, you're going to look back at this video. I don't know, whoever's going to end up watching this. And I'm going to cut this into pieces, and I'm going to put it in as many places as possible, because I want people to hear this. Because if you hear this and you ignore this, 10 years from now, you're going to look back at this and you're going to like, oh, that Armin guy knew what he was talking about, but he did a really poor job at convincing me. I wish he was better at convincing me. So I'm going to try not to fail you and make you understand what's about to happen. See, we have a lot of people are using AI, but a lot of people are not really using AI. Okay. When people are using, because even without AI, the people who succeeded were people with systems. They had a system way, like they turned everything they do into system, and they improved the systems, and the systems improved the outcome of everything they did. Right? That's how people succeed in business and in everything. It's not just about your skills, it's about the systems that you create. And every time you do something, you just enter into the system and you act accordingly, and the output has been proven. So every time you improve something about the system, then it will become more productive. Now with AI, we could actually have an AI driven system for everything. And it's very easy. I mean, if you guys have seen some of my live streams before, you could see, and I will explain it more to you guys in future, how to create these systems. But right now, I just want you to understand the general concept of what we're doing here, right? People who are using AI, they're just using it to ask, I don't know what the capital of that country is. What should I wear for this? Would this necklace look good on this dress? I don't know. Give me a recipe for that. Is it going to rain tomorrow? This is what people are using it for. But AI right now, as it is so much more powerful than that. Because with just a little bit of effort, I mean, even without using a special tool, even within ChatGPT, using the projects area and the GPT area, you could create systems for yourself that you enter and you just follow, and then you get the output that you desire. And you need to get on that. You need to learn how to create those for yourself to solve your problems, and then go into creating that for other people. And that sells. And a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people are just using AI on a surface level. And because a lot of people don't understand that, if you enter this area fast, you could make a name for yourself. You could grow with providing that service, and you are going to be ahead of other people. I really need you guys to understand what I'm saying here. Okay. So let me just step one, take a step back. Take a step. Guys, please focus on what I'm saying right now. Please focus on what I'm saying right now in the chat. This is so important. You're going to miss out if you don't understand what I'm saying right now. Okay? I'm not going to respond to anything else right now in the chat other than this. So the AI and the AI world is growing, and even though we might be in the middle of a bubble, there's two AI economies. Okay? One is in the shadow, and the other one that we're seeing. The one that we're seeing is giant companies paying large sums of money to other companies that have AI services. That a lot of it is hype. A lot of it is not actually going to produce the things that they promised to produce. And a lot of companies are going to realize that, and there's going to be an adjustment, and people are going to call AI a bubble that bursts or everything, just like the .com bubble, right? Just like the .com bubble, that when it happened, a lot of people thought that the internet is over, but the internet continued and it changed everything. Even though people, because of the .com bubble, thought that it was all hype, the internet was all hype, right? So when it comes to AI, there's going to be probably a couple of adjustments, right? But underneath it all, even though some companies are going to use AI and they're going to fail and they're going to give up and they're going to try again and they're going to give up, their employees are many of their employees are using AI, and everybody's getting productive, and that is not being measured. That is not being measured because that is happening in the shadows. Like, we don't know how many employees, how much are using AI. So that is growing the economy exponentially without it being really measured as much as possible, right? So that the AI industry is growing in the background, in the shadows, but there's also the creator economy, and you need to basically be in the middle of both of these economies to be able to enter two industries, which is the consulting industry and the SaaS industry. And again, please understand that these are the most scalable businesses out there. Remember, guys, I always told you the best way to generate wealth is not employment income or investment, it's business. And the best businesses are not location based businesses, are service based businesses, because it doesn't require much capital. And again, these are the most scalable ones. And again, with AI, you could actually create a business that is both of these: first the service, then the software. And the software does not require code, it just requires natural language for you to create systems that work. You don't need to code anymore. You could just talk to AI and get the AI to ask you questions, and the systems will be created for you. Then you will put it to work, you see it works, and then you go sell it to other people. This is the key. I know this is the key. I know this is the future. I know this shit is going to become so easy very, very soon. Very, very soon. And that will, when that happens, it will be too late. A lot of you are waiting for AI to become more intuitive and easy to use. But let me tell you, when that happens, it will become too late, because right now, when it's not as intuitive, right now is the time that you need to get in. You need the fact that it's a little bit difficult is works in your advantage, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and there would be no moat. There would be no moat, and there would be too much competition. So get in on this right now. Right now. Please understand that right now, when you think like, well, if first of all, it's simple, but it's not easy. I will tell you what that means. It's simple, but it's not easy. I will tell you why, and that's a good thing. You should want it to be hard. Let me just tell you right now, if you go to ChatGPT, it's like a blank canvas. You could put everything in it, and it could do so much. But that's the problem. It could do so much, and that's why so many people don't even know what to ask it. That's why, if you create a system where it's, instead of it being generalized, it's specific, then people know what to do with it. If you use the ChatGPT engine and create a front where everything is clear, like a user interface of a software, then people will know what to do, because they're not looking at a blank screen. You will understand how to create a system from scratch, from a black canvas. You will basically do your magic on it and create a system so that your client, when they are dealing with it, they're not looking at a blank canvas. Because a lot of people don't even understand themselves. A lot of people don't know what they want. A lot of people are not as self-aware to know where even to start. If you give them a magic lamp, they don't even know what to wish for. And that's what AI is. You gave them a powerful tool, but they don't even know where to start. You need to hold their hand. You need to turn the ChatGPT engine into a system where they understand the steps that they need to take to get to the outcome. Let me give you an example. For example, if you are a restaurant owner, if I tell you that ChatGPT could help you, you have no idea what to do with that. But if I just create a system where it's meant for business, for restaurant owners, and the interface is asking you the right questions, and even if you don't have the answer to those questions, it will guide you where to go. When you see that interface, when you create that interface with ChatGPT, again, remember, none of this requires any coding. I will tell you how. I will tell you exactly how to create these systems in future streams. So please follow me. All you have to do is get ChatGPT to talk to you, ask you, and then through that communications, the methods I will show you, just through talking to ChatGPT, you will create those systems, and then you will put them into work, see if they work, talk to ChatGPT if they work or don't work, and then keep testing them until they work, and then you will give it to other people. Again, this sounds simple, but it requires a lot of work, and this is not a contradiction. It's simple, but it requires a lot of hard work. Here's what you need to do. You need to have a YouTube channel, and you need to talk, talk, talk with your face as much as possible. If you can't use your face, just your audio, but it needs to be your voice. Even if you have zero viewers, it doesn't matter if you have zero viewers. You know why? Because you are practicing talking to fellow human beings, because there are three skills that you need in this new world. In this new world, there's three skills: connection with other human beings, how to really use AI, how to actually use AI, and how to work hard, really hard. A lot of people will tell you that AI will make our lives easier, because it will do a lot of things, so we could do things in less time, so we have more rest time. That is wrong. A lot of people tell you wrong. They are giving you bad advice. They're saying that you need to work smarter, not harder. That is also wrong. You need to be working smarter and harder. Let me tell you why. Let's say a task used to take 8 hours. Now, because of AI, it's taking 4 hours. So you think like, yay, that's great. I have 4 hours to spare. I could rest on those 4 hours, right? No, wrong. Because if AI is saving you 4 hours, AI is saving your competitor 4 hours as well. So if you rest for that 4 hours, and that guy fills that 4 hours with some other tasks, then you are behind. If AI saves you time, if AI makes you do something in 4 hours that used to take 8 hours, you need to spend that other 4 hours to double your productivity, to produce twice as much, not to take that break. So again, I'm telling you, a lot of people are saying that AI is going to make our life easier. I will promise you, if you know what's good for you, AI will make your life much harder, and you should want that, because the harder it is, the higher the barrier to entry is. If it's hard, if you're exhausted, that means other people will not do this. Other people will quit. So you should want it to be hard. You should work your ass off. These are the three skills you need: knowing how to work all the time, knowing how to communicate and relate, express your emotions and passion to other human being, and the skill. This is the ultimate skill, the skill of using AI to its maximum limits. That's what you need to do. And you know who can teach you that? AI. You could ask it. People are like, well, I don't know how to use AI. Well, here's the thing. You could ask AI, and I will show you how to ask AI. It's all circular, and that's the magic of it. It works. It's fantastic. It's beautiful, right? Also, you should understand one thing else that you need to your frame of mind, something that you, other than these skills, one thing that you need to understand is that your perspective, your framing of the situation. A lot of you will start, and they will not see results in a week. They will quit. They will see no results in a month, and they will quit. They will see no results in a year, and they will quit. They will see no results in 2 years, and they will quit. Here's the thing: the people who win, they don't think in weeks, they don't think in months, they don't think in years, they think in decades. When you want to commit, the only people who win, who will commit to it without seeing any results, and they're committed to it for 10 years, go into it saying that I'm not going to quit even with zero results. I'm going to commit for a decade. If you think in decades rather than years, rather than weeks, I promise you, many people will start a YouTube channel and they will get zero views for 2 months, and they will quit. And that's good, because you won't. You should want it. You should want to see no results for a long time, because if you saw results quickly, that means this would be so easy for so many people to continue. When you are on month 3 and you're going live, and you see the number of people watching is zero, you should be good. You should say good, because this is exactly the reason why other people will quit. Okay. And again, remember, you don't need that much of an audience. I promise you, this is producing results for me with zero audience, because this shit sells itself. Again, there are a lot of old rich people that have that are making a shit ton of money with big companies, and they are tech phobic, and they're not when you talk about AI, they think like you're talking about some really complicated shit, and they don't want to touch that stuff. So if you just offer them, if you just go create a system for them for free at first for just one of their things, just go like, hey, no risk, I will charge you nothing, let me just do this for you. If it just one thing, if it works, then let me do more. I will charge you for other things that I will create for you. Let me create one system for you for free and see the results. First of all, you should be doing this yourself and testing it, and you have to make it very intuitive. You should see that it's working. You should see that it's working, and then go offer it to other people for free at first. And when they see that it's working, then offer them to create more systems for everything else, and then you charge. Please understand that this is consulting and SaaS at the same time. This is the consulting industry and software as a service at the same time. Except this time, you didn't code. You didn't have to code to make a software. You just had to talk in natural language to AI to create a system. And a system that works is just basically a software. It's a software. It's a software, but it doesn't look like a software because you didn't code. You didn't code, right? But that's exactly what it is. All right. All you have to do is then eventually, what we will learn eventually is to just put your own user interface with your branding on it, and the chat GPT as the engine behind everything, just humming along. And now you have a machine that with your branding and your name and everything, and then you sell it as your solution. And you will tell them that, hey, by the way, I'm constantly upgrading my systems. So you need to continue paying me, because within a month from now, my new system is going to be better than this one that I just gave you. I'm constantly improving my systems, right? So there's that. Okay, guys, this is the future. This is how you make it. This is the gold rush. And again, you're not after the gold. AI is the gold. Please understand. A lot of people are going and becoming experts in AI. That's not what I'm talking about. AI is the gold. And in the gold rush, the people who win are not the people who are digging the gold. The people who win are people who are selling the tools to the people who are trying. So you're not actually, you're using AI. You're not delivering AI. AI is there on its own. You're just using it to create systems. You're not selling the AI. AI is the engine of the machine that you're making for people. Okay, you're selling the car. So please understand that. Okay, are you guys understanding what I'm saying? Because let me, please tell me if I explained it clearly, because I really want you to know. I want to know that you guys are on the same page with me. No, no, don't tell me about that account. I know what that account is. You guys are missing the point. You guys are distracted with other things. You're missing how important what I'm telling you is, guys. I know 5 years, 10 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to be like, Armin, I should have listened to you. I should have listened to you. Okay, so Dr. Hypnosis saying, yes, I understand most of it. I just don't know how much is the timeline before the gold elections. Again, here, well, let me be honest. I have no idea myself. I just know that TikTok, TikTok. I don't know exactly what the timer, what for how much is left on the timer. I have no idea. I just know that we're running out of time fast. I don't know if we're talking about 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I just know that we we should have started yesterday. Okay, yesterday. The time is now. Okay, Stephanie saying I'm listening and I'm trying to understand, but to be honest, I'm a little confused. Okay, let me see how I can simplify it. Simplify it. Okay, so because of AI, we can now create systems that makes us a lot more productive. Okay, think about a piece of software that let's say that you have a company, you have a restaurant, okay? You have a chain of restaurants, right? That if you used to have to create you want to know, and you have no business skills, you just know how to make good food and make happy customers, okay? And you want to grow. Right now you're just earning a living, but now you're thinking about I will come to you, I'll come to you and I convince you that you could be making much more than just a living. You could scale and you could be exponentially better restaurant, okay? All you need to do is, you first of all, we say service before software. You could go, before you actually create systems like this, you could go look at the restaurants, see how they're doing, study the industry, understand the KPIs, understand the leverage, the things that you need to be focusing on to 10x a restaurant, or whatever other bit, like I don't know, like a laundromat or a gym or whatever, right? So imagine if you create a software without actually coding, where it just walks you through, asks you the right questions. Okay. Let's say that you never created systems, you don't have a system mindset. Okay. You just do things. You just know, I need to clean this, I need to cook these food, we need to, this is what the waiters need to do. You don't actually have a business mindset when it comes to scaling, right? Imagine if you go in there and you create a user interface, like a software, where they communicate, that you don't that when you communicate with it, it will basically gets you to go get the right information to it, and then from the other end, it comes with the exact thing that you need to do to 10x your company, to your business, right? And this is just an example, right? Or think about if you create a user interface for people who are struggling with a loss in their family, right? So there's a user interface, it asks for the exact right thing, and then from the other end, you get the exactly what you need for that person to do, to feel better, to do the actions that they need to take. Okay, for example, let's say right now we have apps that tells you what exercise to do, and they're flexible, but no app is going to be as flexible as a system that you create with AI, that is also run by AI, that communicates with you, and you just talk to it like a human being, or it will just ask you questions, and you don't have to go to specific places to adjust the numbers and make a certain input. You just basically, it asks you questions, and you just turn on the mic and you answer, and the system that you created in that software, in that user interface, just takes all of that, and based on all the things that you told it to do, it takes that and provides an output that will be, that any client of yours sees, will understand the value of it. So just think apps on steroids, apps that are extremely flexible. Just think about systems that you create for businesses that makes them more productive, reduces their costs, automate things for them, and doing all of that with no technical skills, just by talking to AI and getting AI to walk you step by step in creating these things. Here's what you need to do. You need to focus on one pain that you relate to, because remember, the three elements that you need to work out very hard, you need to learn how to use AI to create systems, but when it comes to also learning how to communicate with your fellow human beings passionately about something, the only way for most of you to get that, to show that passion, is to make the systems that you create solve a problem that you really passionately care about. And usually that's because you have experienced that pain, right? And that, because it's a pain that you are solving yourself, and that has a double benefit, because first of all, when you're testing your systems, you will create the systems for yourself, so you see that it's working because you're solving your own pain. And then once you see that it's working, then you sell it to other people. But then that makes the communication easier, because when you're selling it to a client, then you don't need to market as much, because the marketing will happen naturally. People could hear the passion about your service, because it's what is a business? A business has three elements. A business is basically a people with a pain looking for a solution. Okay. And it helps if you are one of those people with that pain looking for that solution. Those are the three elements of a business. And again, the pain and those people is what you need to focus on before you look for a solution. A lot of businesses fail because they go look for the solution without understanding the people and the pain. But if you are one of those people with that pain, then you already have done most of the market research. And also, when you're advertising, the passion could be heard in your voice. So you will become a natural salesperson. So from those three elements, learning how to communicate with people and learning how to use AI and working very hard, if you are solving your own pain with the systems that you're creating, then you are almost covering all of these three. Why? Because learning how to communicate with people, people can hear the passion when you're talking about the pain because it's your pain. And then working and you learning how to use AI. Well, if because this is your pain that you're trying to solve yourself for yourself, if you create systems that work for you, you will be so motivated to learn how to use AI because this is an obstacle in your life as well. Whatever that pain is, so you will be very motivated to use AI systems to solve that problem. And again, that's what we do on this channel. I show you how to create these systems. And again, I think a lot of you who've seen my previous videos, you see how powerful these tools are. Okay, it's just so much more than just asking AI for advice. You don't even need to ask it for anything because the system that you created knows what it needs to do because you've designed it. So you just put input and it delivers the output exactly as you defined it. Though that's what you need to master. So that would be almost automatic. Your eagerness to learn how to use AI because you're solving your own problems with it. And then hard work will also come naturally because this is a pain that you're passionate about. But you need to work your ass off. You need to work your ass off. Again, it's simple, but it's not easy. Please understand that if I was looking for maximum views, this is what I would have said. Guys, I found an easy way to make money. Okay? This is how you get views. But here, let me tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm honest with you guys. What I'm telling you is not easy. It's actually really hard. It's really hard because it requires a shit ton of work, a lot of work. And this is how you know that I'm telling you the truth. Because if I wanted to just tell you something that would get clicks, I would put in the title "Easy Way to Make Money." But let me tell you, this is no easy way. This is a really hard way. It's simple because the path is clear. Simple doesn't mean easy. Simple actually means hard. You know why? Because if it was complicated, you would have an excuse not to do the hard work. But now that it's simple, you have no excuse. So the fact that it's simple, it actually makes it much more difficult because the only thing between you and your goals is the volume of work that you put in. The only thing, and there's guys, and if you don't achieve your goals, whatever it is, if it's health, wealth, or relationship, health, wealth, or love, in whatever area it is, now with the tools that we have at our hands, if you don't get to your goals, there's only one person you can blame, and that's you. Because the only thing between you and your goals is the volume of work that you put in. So you need to work for maximum volume. Don't let people tell you because of AI, there are simple, easy ways to achieve it. There's only the hard way. You should want the hard way because even if you get to your goals, the easy way, have you really achieved your goals? Because the actual goal is the person you become doing the hard work. That's the actual goal. So you need to want to do the hard work because more than the goals, we want to be the person that achieves those goals through hard work. It's not about the destination and it's not about the journey either. It's about who you become going through the journey. It's about what the journey does to you. It's not about what you do what you do to the work. Is what the work does to you. Okay, again, the point of becoming a millionaire or whatever you want to be is not to have millions of dollars. The point of becoming a millionaire is the work that you have to do to become a millionaire, what that makes out of you, the person that you become having to do the work that is required to achieve whatever goal that you have in mind. That's what you that's the action, that's a real goal. The obstacles in the way are the way, because the obstacles in the way turn you into a stronger person. Oh, Stephanie says yes, that makes sense. Okay, good. Now it seems like I made it clear. All right. So the goal, again, in the future streams, we're going to be talking about slowly. I'm going to be, because I'm doing this with you guys. Okay, I'm on this journey myself. And again, let me actually warn you about something. I had early success, even with very limited views or attention. I had early success, and that's dangerous, because if you get early success, it's good. There are two ways that you could get early success. Okay, actually, let me tell you the dangers of delayed success, and also the dangers of early success. Okay, the dangers of delayed success is obvious. You're going to quit. No money for a very long time, no views for a long time, you're going to quit. Okay, but there's also dangers associated with too early of a success. Some of you will start and get a lot of views right at the beginning. That's not bad unless it gets to your head. Some of you will start and make money right at the beginning. That's also not bad, but it's dangerous. Let me tell you the dangers of both. If you get views all of a sudden right at the beginning, you'll become the danger is that you're going to get addicted to views, and you're going to be chasing views instead of sales. You're going to be chasing views instead of sales. And because you're going to be chasing views instead of sales, you're going to make content for views. And the content, specifically content that are designed for getting maximum views, are going to take your channel into another direction that is not about providing a service. So that's one danger. You're going to just be chasing views. And the danger of making money too early, again, if you have the right mindset, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a danger. Okay, the danger is that you're going to be happy with it, and you're going to slow down. You're going to slow down. Okay, because nothing makes people work harder than finding themselves far away from their goals and really wanting to reach that goal. So if that goal comes a little bit too early, you're going to slow down, and you're going to not see most of the progress that you could have made if that success came much later. Okay, so I am trying to not make this mistake. I'm trying to not be satisfied with what I have, and just basically try to grow as much as possible. All right, so the eventual goal is to create, again, guys, this is a very specific thing that I'm advocating for, and I know it's very specific. Okay, but I really think this is the way. This is the way. So custom made specialized AI tools that you could easily make for people. Which these are basically things that are very effective for achieving specific outcomes, not like general purpose tool, more than general purpose tools. Okay, so ChatGPT is general purpose, and ChatGPT's user interface is general purpose. But with ChatGPT as an engine, you could create user interfaces that become specialized AI tools, with ChatGPT basically powering it in the background, right? You could create projects, or you could create GPTs, and eventually you could create specifically made apps, and we will get there together. But this is just for now, just focus on projects and GPTs, and we will talk about, again, you need to get good at this fast, because the world is changing. Just figure out the problem that you want to focus on, figure out the pain that you want to focus on, and start using ChatGPT projects and GPTs to create system that solves those things for yourself, and then go on YouTube and talk about it. It doesn't matter if nobody shows up. Just talk into the void as if you're talking to somebody, so you could practice talking about it. Guys, this, even if nothing happens, this is a skill that you're always going to need. This is the skill that you needed since the beginning of civilization, and AI is not going to change that. Being able to make connections to other human beings, growing improving that skill, you're never going to look back at this and think this was a waste of time. If you could improve, if you do one thing, if you could do one thing, find a pain to solve and talk on YouTube to people to into the void about it and improve that skill. I promise you, even if this does not turn into business and you don't sell a single thing, you're not going to look back and think that was a waste of time, because that skill will always help you no matter what you do. Even if you don't start a business, in whatever career you are, and even outside of your career, that is a skill that will always be relevant. Before AI, after AI, as long as we're human, that skill will be relevant. So just make content talking about solving a pain and record it and put it out there. Okay. Okay. Jack is saying I have 3 projects in ChatGPT. Good job. Health, YouTube scripts, Arabic learning. Okay, interesting. I have instructions for each. It reviews my videos. The Arabic project explains any word with all meanings. That's fantastic. Good, Jack. You're doing good. I'm glad that you're using projects. And guys, by the way, please understand that this requires this business that I'm suggesting that everybody should get in, which is any business, like, because you could do this. It seems like it's one business, but it could be infinite number of businesses, because every single one of you could pick a specific pain to turn this into a business. But at the end of the day, you're basically selling AI solutions, right? And the beautiful thing about it is it requires very minimum to start. You don't need to buy land, you don't need to buy a store, you don't need to buy inventory, you don't need to hire staff, you don't need to do any form of investment. You need only 3 things. You need a computer, you need an internet connection, and you need ChatGPT. That's all you need. And, well, social media apps, obviously. Okay, 4 things. Okay, you need the computer, you need social media apps, you need internet connection, and you need ChatGPT. You're good to go. You're good to go. I mean, if you want to spend money, you could get a ChatGPT subscription, $20 a month. That's the only thing, guys. Do you understand how promising this is? This business has so much potential for scaling. It has so much potential for growing, and it requires no investment. It requires no equipment. Oh, actually, you might need a camera, so we should include. I mean, laptops have cameras in them, right? So you need a camera as well. But that's it. You don't need. Do you understand this much upward potential and this very little investment and this much scalability and all of the tools at your disposal with AI? This is a no-brainer. Guys, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and soon it will be so easy. Everybody will be doing it, and because it will be so easy, it will be too late. Get in now before it's too late, please. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I think if I hope I did a good job convincing some of you. Even if I could convince one person, I would be happy. If I could convince one person. All right, guys, please like this channel, because I want some people to hear this. Okay, I want some more people to hear this. So like the stream, subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment after the show is over. Jack, I know you always leave a comment after, and Tree of Knowledge, I know you guys leave a comment every time after the show is over, and some of you else. So please, leave a comment so that some people hear this, because this is such a good opportunity. I just want to make sure that I got somebody to get in on this before it's too late. Okay, so let me know. Also, let me know in the comments if I did a good job, because I would really wanted to make sure that I was convincing. If I didn't do a good job, let me know, because I need to try harder. This is so important. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you guys in the chat. Jack, Dr. Hypno, Stephanie, Tree of Knowledge, Ghulam Reza, Yusuf, Elad, Muhammad, Mahwash. You guys are great. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys again on the next stream. All right, guys. Bye.